Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is jam-packed with deep cleaning. I really wanted to start in on all of our spring cleaning, and I actually started spring cleaning a couple weeks back. I did our laundry room and our cleaning closet, and then I took a little bit of time off on that and started decorating for spring, but now we're back to the cleaning. I have so many things that I want to tackle this spring, and today is just lots and lots of deep cleaning. I had noticed that this wall behind our little love seat was so dirty, I don't even know why, and the blinds were filthy, like dusty, and they also had like little splatters on them. And then I'm going to share something with you that is completely disgusting underneath our couch that I had no idea about. I'm just so glad that we got this deep clean tackled. So if you're needing some spring cleaning motivation, you came to the right place. Grab your favorite drink and let's get started. So I'm just starting out by tackling our everyday messes. We had coloring books out, crayons everywhere, and just everyday junk sitting around. So we're going to get that taken care of, and then we're going to start in on all of the deep cleaning. To be honest, at the beginning of this day, I didn't really know where to begin. I was really overwhelmed because I knew our whole entire house had to be tackled other than the laundry room and the cleaning closet. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start with the living room. That's the first room you enter when you walk in the house. And honestly, a lot of times it gets neglected. So we're going to start there. But first things first, I'm making myself a water with some liquid IV. This green grape one, it's 0 sugar, is my new favorite. It's so good, and it of course is packed with electrolytes. So if you have not tried out liquid IV yet, then I will leave my discount code down below in the description box. Go get you stocked up on some liquid IV. I know I'm going to be using it all through this pregnancy. I already have. I use one every single day and I love it so much. I also have the mango one and love that. They have so many really yummy flavors to choose from. Now back into the living room, I'm just going to start wiping everything down. I wanted to wipe down all of the surfaces. I feel like in the living room especially, I kind of overlook surfaces because the floor is always a hot mess. There's toys everywhere, and so I just don't ever wipe anything down. Once in a while I will, but it was in desperate need of a good dusting. So we're just going to take a multi-surface spray and a microfiber cloth and dust everything in here. Most of the things that I'm going to be wiping down are not necessarily wood per se, so I'm not going to be using like a Pledge or anything like that. We're just going to use a basic multi-surface spray. I'm starting out with Blue Land, but you're probably going to see me use a million different ones throughout this video. And also, if you hear any background noise, it's because it is very late here in Arkansas and there is a really bad storm outside. There's supposed to be like tornadoes and stuff. So there's lots of thunder, hard rain, and then there's also, somebody said on the news that there was baseball size hail, so that's crazy. But anyways, lots and lots of noise. I pulled out the love seat and I was not shocked to see all of this junk underneath it. Just wait until you see what we find underneath the other couch.
What's it like to be the one that he turns to when he's out of answers? What's it like to be the one that he comes to when he wants to dance? And I wonder what's that like? I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name, and I'm running out of time. I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid like every day.
So after I got the floor all vacuumed up, I noticed that there was splatters all down this wall behind the love seat, which I'm assuming is from Oliver. He likes to sit up on the very top of the love seat like Opie and pretend he's a puppy dog. And so he probably spilled something down back here. Either that or some sort of residue coming from the windows. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to take a multi-surface spray, wipe it all down. I needed to do these baseboards anyways, and I was kind of avoiding them. But we got those tackled. In fact, we're going to tackle lots of baseboards today, lots of doors, lots of walls, which I know is a little like extra. But for spring cleaning, we gotta do it, because if you don't do it, it just builds up and cobwebs happen and even grosser things than that happen. So we're getting it all taken care of today. Now we're moving on to the windowsill. Like I said, I didn't really have a game plan for today. I just knew I wanted to spring clean. I was feeling the itch to just get everything really good and clean. and just very overwhelmed at how much I had to do. So typically I would start from the top and move to the bottom because dust falls, I know, but I'm kind of just all over the place today. We started at the bottom and now we're wiping down the windows, and you're going to see me wipe down the curtain rod last, which, you know, is not ideal, but it's okay. We're getting it all done, getting everything reset. Now we're moving over here to the TV, going to wipe all of this down, pull this furniture out, and clean behind it. That's one thing that I love to do in the springtime, is pull all of my furniture out and clean behind it, because I don't think there's really any other time during the year that I need to do that, other than if we like bring a Christmas tree in and have to move something, but we don't really move furniture a whole lot other than to decorate. So we're going to get all of that taken care of, and this living room is going to look so fresh, and it felt so good at the end of this video. We're also going to be tackling a couple other spaces too, and some really embarrassing spaces. I had planned to also get in the office and Oliver's nursery. You're going to see how bad Oliver's nursery is, or I can't call it his nursery anymore, it's his room. We upgraded him to a big boy room. But anyways, you're going to see how bad that is here in just a second. And I had meant to get in his room in the office and tackle those two, but it was just far too much for my pregnant self. I could not get it all done in 1 day or 2 days. I think this was a 2-day video, so could not get it done in 2 days, and that's okay. We're going to tackle that, and you'll see that very soon. But got lots and lots of spring cleaning done on this day, and it felt so good. What I'm doing here is I'm pulling down the blinds one by one and closing them so that I have a flat surface to work with, and I'm just knocking off most of the dust, and then I'm grabbing like a damp microfiber cloth and just wiping down the areas of the blinds that I see that need it the most. This blind on the bottom had something all over it, not sure what that was, so I'm just gonna take my microfiber cloth, wipe that all down, and there were several blinds that just had like weird random things on them, so we're going to get that taken care of. As far as the blinds being super dusty, it wasn't terrible, so just knocking it off with the big duster was fine. If they were really old blinds and I was needing to do a deeper clean, then I would of course get my cloth and go through each blind and clean each one. I know some people are more particular than others, so I wanted to explain that. Growing up, my mom had us do each blind when it was time to clean the mini blinds. And then they also came out with that thing where you can just grab the blind with it. It's like a tongs, but it has the cloth on the end and it makes it easy to clean your blinds. But anyways, that's what I'm doing here, just knocking most of the dust off and then getting all of those spots off. And then of course I was like, oh, I bet that rod at the top is really dusty. So we're working backwards, but we got all of the dust over there taken care of, and now we're moving on to the floor. I'm using my new little shark vacuum that I've been raving about. I still love this thing. Before I had a Dyson that was cordless, and so it's just really nice to have a vacuum that actually plugs in and has lots of power and doesn't ever burn out on me and I have to go charge it. So I love this vacuum so much. I will link it down below. Very affordable. But when we pulled back this larger couch, lots and lots of toys. There was a plate, lots of broken Easter eggs and trash. So we're going to take care of all of that, and we're going to vacuum. This is not the scariest part of this deep clean, so y'all stay with me. But we're going to get this couch cleaned underneath. I was going to pull out my steam cleaner and do this rug, but honestly it was not very bad. It looked really good. So we're not going to do the steam cleaner in here. When we move back into Oliver's room and the office, we will break out the steam cleaner and clean carpets. But I don't like to clean this one too much unless I have to, just because area rugs don't hold up very well if you steam clean them all the time. And I've already done this one twice this year, or twice in the past few months, I guess I should say. This is a brand new year. Now we're moving on to these couch cushions. In a minute, I'm going to show you a really cool device that I use to get off all of those little beads that I showed you in that clip before. Opie has been doing this thing where he digs his claws into the couch like really fast. And I don't know what that is, but it is messing up our couch. So I've got to take that thing and get that taken care of. I told Will we're not going to get a new couch until we get all of our toddlers out of the toddler phase, because it's just not worth, even just having kids, period. Couches are not going to stay nice unless it's something that's built with something durable, I guess. But anyways, this couch has held up really well for us, and I think it's great. I can take all of the covers off and wash them when I need to, and I don't want to get rid of it yet. So we're just going to take that little de-beater, or I don't know, de-pillar, I guess is what it is. I bought this on Amazon, and it is amazing. I just run it over the top of these cushions, and it makes it look like brand new.
I will try to do my best until the day that I'll die. I won't lie. It's not going to be easy, but I'll try. Don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here, and as long as my heart beats like a drum, then I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
So this little device was completely empty, as you saw at the beginning, and this is how much it pulled off whenever I did that. That's how much loose pills and loose fabric was hanging off. That is crazy to me. Now we're going to do this other cushion. I actually put back in that little bit of fuzz. So what you see at the very end is going to be both of these cushions, but seriously crazy. I love this thing. If you have a cloth couch, or honestly just for clothes, if you have like a clothing item or a sweater where you have trouble with the pilling, this is amazing, and it's really affordable. I think it's like 12 or 13 bucks.
Don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here. And as long as my heart beats like a drum, then I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
The transformation was incredible. We got our couch back to looking great. I feel like the transformation in person was a little better than it appeared on camera. But now we're going to put the pillows back on the couch and move on.
As long as my heart beats like a drum, then I won't back down. Don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here. And as long as my heart beats like a drum, then I won't back down.
I'm working my way from one side of the living room to the other, so on that other side I went ahead and mopped since we were done dusting and wiping everything down, and I just used my Pine Sol. Y'all know for a little bit there at the beginning of my pregnancy I had to stop using Pine Sol because it really got to me, but we are back to using Pine Sol. It doesn't really bother me anymore. It is really strong. I would love to find something that's a little bit lighter, but I still have yet to find anything. I know a lot of people recommend Fabuloso, but I'm not a real big fan of that. Not necessarily that I'm not a fan of it. I think it smells good, but I just like more light smells, I guess, and it would be nice to have something kind of florally, but also really light to where you can kind of barely smell it. But anyways, for now we're working with Pine Sol. I like the original Pine Sol. I like the lemon Pine Sol, and that's what we're using today. But now we're in the front entryway, and this is kind of interesting. So if you have a place in your home where it's high traffic and you're always so busy that you don't ever really stop to look, go look at the area where most of your family members come in, or when you have guests over where everybody comes in, because you will be shocked when you sit there and stand there for just a minute and give yourself a second to take it all in. There will be scuff marks and all kinds of dirt and just all kinds of stuff that you'll find, and you'll be shocked. So grab yourself some multi-surface spray or a magic eraser and get busy with me, because we had to take some multi-surface spray and a microfiber cloth to all of these walls, our front door, the baseboards. They were so dusty, all of the stuff that everybody tracks in. And then of course when people come in, they hit their bags against the wall. Our entryway is not very big and it's not ideal, but it makes it hard to get through the doorway without banging everything against the wall. So lots and lots of scuff marks that we had to clean up, but we got that taken care of, and now we're pulling out furniture and vacuuming. If you've started doing something along with me, leave it down in the comments below. What are y'all working on today, and what is the weather like where y'all are at? In Arkansas here lately, it has been beautiful, like 70s, even up in the 80s, and just beautiful. But we did get a storm today, and I think it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, which is kind of a bummer, but we are loving all this warmer weather. I don't think it's supposed to cool it off too much. I think we're supposed to stay pretty warm, and I'm really hoping we have a warm Easter this year. A lot of times we don't know in Arkansas if it's going to be cold or hot on Easter, so it's kind of hard to decide what we're going to wear. But I went ahead and ordered Oliver the cutest little monogrammed outfit, and it's shorts, so I hope it's warm in Arkansas. But now we are going to dump over this love seat. Y'all, this is so disgusting. I don't know how long this has been here, but I'm pretty sure those are spider eggs. Somebody will have to let me know down in the comments if I'm wrong. But that is terrifying. For those to just like, if they would have hatched and we wouldn't have even known this was here, that is just so crazy to me. We don't have really spiders in our house right now. It's kind of too cool still, I guess, for spiders to be coming out. We do live, like, there's a big line of woods behind us, and so a lot of times we'll have, like, spiders or flies or, you know, not anything crazy, but spiders are, you know, we see them every once in a while, but that just was, like, it made me want to throw up. It was so gross, and then I was like, what if they've already, like, gotten inside of our love seat? So I was trying to, like, look in all of the holes that I could find. But anyways, we got our vacuum, got that taken care of. If you ever do see spider eggs, don't smack them, because I've heard really terrifying stories of people doing that, and then tons, like millions of spider babies come out. So I got my vacuum, and then we just immediately dumped it afterwards. And it was kind of funny because I was telling Oliver that there were spiders, and he said, where? And I said, in the vacuum. And he said, I want to see. And I'm like, you can't see them. They're not in there. I mean, they're in the vacuum, but we're not going to open it up. He really wanted to see the spiders. So anyways, we got those spider eggs taken care of. Don't judge me. I don't know why those were under there, and I don't know how long they were under there. But what matters is we got it taken care of. And here in just a second, it's going to be a new day, and we're going to move back behind our couch. Here in a little bit, we're going to be doing some living room, I'll say adjustments, because we're not going to do a makeover, but we are going to do some really fun stuff in here. The entryway is going to be made over. We're getting rid of that bench. I have some really fun ideas, but I'll share more soon here in just a second.
I hope I don't scare you too much, babe. I wish to flatter, not alienate. Since I met you, my life's like a train.
I love that we moved our robot vacuum out of the living room and just put that plant there in the corner. It made everything look so clean. This is the wall behind our couch, and it catches so much junk. So anything that I'm pulling out of rooms that I don't want to use anymore, it ends up here, because this is like the only blank spot in our house. And really, it should end up in the garage or in my car to take to donations or wherever it's supposed to go. But somehow it ends up sitting here for days on end, and it drives me nuts. It drives Will nuts because we have to walk around it. So we're taking care of that today. I took some stuff over to my sister's house, and then we're going to do what we can with the rest of it, put everything back where it goes. That painting on the wall is actually by my dad, and eventually I would love to get a really pretty frame for it, and we're going to put it somewhere else because we're about to do a little makeover on this wall too. What I'm going to do is take all of those picture frames that you saw on the wall right as you're coming in the front door. We're going to move them over to this wall because this wall is a little larger, and I feel like it'll make a better statement over on this wall with the little frame lights. And for the wall where the frames are currently, I think y'all are going to be really surprised to see what I do with that wall. I'm going to be taking a piece of furniture from somewhere else in our house and repurposing it. So take your guess, leave it in the comments below. But I got a really good idea. I woke up at like 4 a.m. the other morning on accident. So I just grabbed my coffee and started brainstorming ideas for our entryway. And this just popped into my head, and I measured it out, and I think it's going to be perfect. So I'm very excited to share that really soon. And then for our entryway, I finally have a solid idea and plan for what I want to do. And I was even telling Will, I think I want to tackle it this weekend. So it could happen sooner rather than later. If I can talk him into doing it, it's kind of a big undertaking. But I'm so excited, and I don't think it'll be too hard. So very excited about that. That'll be coming very soon. Our living room will look so pretty before baby gets here.
I'm looking up from my window. Sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door.
Okay, I had to stop and share this little sweater with y'all because it just came in the mail. How cute is this? It says Molly. If you were around for the last couple of videos, we were talking about baby names, and we think we're gonna name baby girl Molly. I've always wanted to name her Molly, and Will loves that name too. And then we recently found another baby girl name that we are obsessed with. So now we're trying to decide between the two. I actually ordered this one before we had mentioned another baby name. We thought she was gonna be Molly. So now we're in between two names, but Molly is just so cute, and this sweater is so stinking cute. I will link the little Etsy shop that I bought it from below. The only thing is these are safety pinned on, and I thought they would be sewn on. So I don't know if that's supposed to be sewn on or if they normally are, but there's a bunch of these little sweaters on Etsy. You can find them from a bunch of different places, but I will link the one that I got it from below. So stinking cute.
You know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin.
I just chit-chatted through this whole little hallway area clean out, and I didn't explain anything. Can y'all see how messy Oliver's room is? That is toys strewn everywhere. It's not all his fault. I was actually finding stuff throughout the house and just throwing it in his room. So we've got to get in there and declutter and get rid of a bunch of stuff, because he honestly just has way too many toys for one little boy, and honestly way too many toys for like 1 month of play. So I need to get in a toy rotation. We're already in a toy rotation, but I need to get in a better one. But anyways, we're going to be doing that very soon. We're not going to get to that today, but we are going to get to this guest bathroom. But before I get in here, I wanted to tell y'all this little hallway area outside of the bathroom and outside of Oliver's room and the office is kind of like a little area where we put Opie. We put his little house there, and his little bed goes in there, and his food and water. And this hallway is always a hot mess because he'll shake his fur and dust and dirt goes everywhere. And so I just want to take his little house and put it somewhere else. And he doesn't really use it a whole lot anyways, unless we're like leaving the house, or just like on occasion he will. So I want to get him a kennel that's a really nice size and make it really homey inside, and then find a little nook where it fits better, because that other one is just always in the way, even though it is really cute. I will link it down below, because when I first got it I was so excited about it. If y'all remember that, I just could not stand the kennel, and I wanted something cute, and I finally got something cute, and now it's just an eyesore. So we want to get rid of that and get something a lot smaller. So I'll update y'all when we fix that. But we did move it out of the hallway, get the hallway, I call it a hallway, it's like a little nook area. Got that area all cleaned up, and for now I'm going to move it back in, but it's not going to be there for very long. Now we're headed into the guest bathroom, and it was so messy. This is where Will gets ready in the morning, and he's usually in a rush to get out the door. So his products are all over the counter, and then he shaves his face and washes his hair in the sink sometimes, and so there was water all over the mirror. So we're going to get the mirror all cleaned up, and we're taking down Valentine's decor because we didn't do that in here yet. And we're going to do a little bit of decorating for Easter, but mostly just doing some really good deep cleaning in here.
Faces merchant change, but your face remain the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt.
We have an issue with hard water, or I don't know, this little line around our toilet happens at least once a week, and it's just really hard to keep it away. So Will bought these little tablets from Walmart that we've been putting in the tank of the toilet that's supposed to keep those away, and it doesn't work. So if you have any ideas for that, let me know down below. Something that's easy to keep up with, if there is one, because I've read like a bunch of things on Pinterest that I can do, but it's like a lot of work, and you got to mix a concoction and all of that, which I guess, I mean, I don't mind doing that, but it would be nice if there was something really easy we could do, like drop something in the toilet to where it just keeps it really nice, or hang something on the side. We have yet to find anything that keeps that line away, so I have to constantly scrub toilets around here, which, I mean, you're supposed to clean your toilet once a week, I know, but I just wish that line wasn't there. And then even after I scrub it, it doesn't fully go away. It's still very faint. So anyways, that's something gross about our bathroom that you probably did not want to know. But I'm just going to take my Lysol or Clorox spray and spray down the toilet. I'm spraying down the wall behind the toilet and just hitting those baseboards too while we're at it, and just getting this whole entire area disinfected and cleaned up.
We'll always remember how it felt. Ooh.
this little shower, I'm just cleaning it with Dawn dish soap, and then this scrubby that has the handle that extends. This thing has come in so handy now that I'm pregnant because I don't have to bend over super far. And I like to clean this tub with Dawn dish soap because Oliver bathes in here, and I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit safer than using bleach or something. Once in a while we'll have to use something stronger to get like the marks off the side of the tub, but we usually just use Dawn dish soap and it works really well. I also love that it suds up really good and makes a lot of bubbles because I feel like that just always makes me feel like an area is really good and clean. So we're going to get that taken care of. And we are about to kind of wrap up this video. We got tons and tons of deep spring cleaning done. And honestly, I wanted to keep going. I was really in the mood to just keep going. I told Will, I was like, I'm motivated. I want to get Oliver's room clean and I want to get the office done. But my body was hurting by the end of this day. And I really do try not to overdo it and move like heavy furniture. If you ever see me moving something, it's because it's very light or I'm just maneuvering it. I don't really pick it up off the ground. I'm kind of just maneuvering it and not using too much strength to do it. But I will say I'm going to have to take it a little bit easier than I did on this day because I was in so much pain. And this pregnancy is so much different than my pregnancy with Oliver because I worked all the way up until I went into labor with Oliver. I was induced. I worked all the way up until the very end with Oliver and I did not have any trouble until like the last 2 weeks of pregnancy. I remember it was kind of hard to roll over in bed and it was sore. But this one, I have just been sore the whole time through. Like terrible, terrible pain. I mean, not terrible, I guess. It could be worse and I don't want to complain, but it's just very different than my last pregnancy and I do need to talk to my doctor about it. I mentioned it briefly, but I haven't seen him since then and it's gotten progressively just worse. I'm just really sore. So I'm going to have to take it easier, but anyways, long story short, I didn't get as much spring cleaning as I wanted to done. So we're going to tackle the nursery and the office and the whole rest of the house on another day, but I did feel good about how much we got done. So that was good. I went back into my Easter and spring totes and found just a couple things to set around in the bathroom to make it look like Easter, and I love the way that it turned out. I love how clean everything is in here, and I got all of Will's stuff and organized it into a little caddy for him so he can just put everything back in that caddy when he's done. So yay, I was so excited at the end of this day to have all of that done. I hope y'all got some motivation. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you, but I will see y'all very soon. Bye.